So, my name is Nicole, and I'm going to talk to you about my recent trip to South Africa, Uganda, and Sudan, which was only 2 weeks in Sudan. Still, I can put it on there like I was there, because I was. And I'm just going to talk to you about my experiences and what I did there in terms of HIV and AIDS. I began, actually, rewind a little bit to 2004, I went to Cape Town to attend an HIV/AIDS training school and did some work in South Africa there. It's held at a home called Beautiful Gate for children who are HIV positive. And so last year in 2006, I helped to staff this school. And these are some of the goals and the things, the expectations we have from the school, is just to equip people, give them knowledge to get out into the field of HIV and AIDS somewhere, somehow, however they feel they can best do that. And so we learn everything from biological aspects of HIV to the social work system in South Africa. And the exciting thing for us is that out of 22 students, over half of them are currently working in the field of HIV and AIDS somewhere, either in Africa or in other parts of the world. So that's exciting because for us, that's why we are running the school. This is just a picture of the students. As you can tell, it's very heavily dominated by women. So guys, come on! Then we went to Uganda and Sudan for 2 months on outreach. We were just mainly doing education and some other things. Here are the places that we went. You can see where the arrows are pointing. Soroti, Arua, Yombe, and Ye in South Sudan are the places we went. So we started in Soroti, Uganda, and there we were working with an organization called FACE, Facing AIDS with Compassion and Education, which includes something called a mobile clinic and also a video show. The mobile clinic is basically, they just go out to villages, the volunteers, with a bunch of medication like vitamins, anti-malaria medication, painkillers, that sort of thing. And the patients who come, they have booklets with all their information and what kind of medication they're supposed to be on and what they need. And we, as volunteers, we use counting pills and putting them in little pouches for people and hanging out with the villagers that came. And this is a picture of, every now and then, they would have a technician come and actually give an HIV test. So in those situations, the people didn't know if they're HIV positive. So they would come and they would get pre and post-test counseling, and they would find out if they're positive, and then they would be directed to a clinic where they could get antiretrovirals. But most of the time, they were HIV positive, and this is just a picture of the different medications that they need to take daily, weekly, monthly. And you can see sort of where we were in the village. Sometimes it took us like 3 hours to get there. And this is a woman just possibly waiting for her results. Then we helped out with a video show, which is a tool to just raise awareness and educate people about HIV and AIDS. So they would take a big generator and a TV, and we'd drive out to the village and they'd set it all up with speakers and everything, and they'd show some videos on, what is HIV and how can you prevent HIV. Sometimes their videos would be about teenage pregnancy and that kind of thing. And our team would do some skits or just do some also educating on HIV and AIDS. And I have this really fun video just to give you an idea of what it was like. Okay, maybe you just see it. That's what it looked like. And they played this really awesome African music to bring in and draw in the crowds, and they come from all over, and we just set up under a mango tree, and yeah, it was awesome. That was one of my highlights. Then we also went and helped out at two children's homes called Amachet and Namun, which is one of the Ugandan languages. And Amachet means shelter of peace, and Namun means shelter of hope. And the Amachet home is for children who are infected with HIV, and it's like a temporary care for crisis children whose parents can't take care of them, or or need to get back on their feet. And so this home will take care of the children and also take care of the families and bring them back together in a better situation if possible. So we helped to feed and change diapers, and it was very challenging for me because I don't do diapers well, but it was very fun. And of course they were adorable. I loved them. And then the other home was for these children these are the children that actually can't go home now because either they don't have parents, they don't have family, or the families don't want them. There's a lot of stigma and discrimination surrounding HIV and AIDS still. And so they're living in this home together, and their workers are trying to give them skills and help them to grow up and have a good life. They're going to eventually, as they get older and they finish school, give them some trade education, give them a way to generate income as well. And I think these were my favorite kids. They were amazing. They were just amazing because I loved them very much. Then we went on to a place called Yobe, northern Uganda, and we were just mainly doing teachings, schools, villages, and hospitals. This is a picture of a teacher's college where we taught at, which was exciting for us because this is, this future educators, and we always tried our best to make our teachings creative and exciting because especially in Uganda, they've heard so much about HIV and AIDS over the years that they just sort of tune out. So we were trying to somehow make it fresh and exciting and new and do skits and fun stuff, and so we were hoping that these students preparing to be teachers would grab hold of that and also try and bring the creativity into their teaching. This is where we taught at a women's group they're working together. They have like a collective little bank that they all contribute to, and they help to take care of each other's needs, whether if it's school fees for their children, or somebody doesn't have enough food 1 month, or they need help digging in their fields because one of them is sick, then they all are helping each other and they use that money to help each other. And it's an amazing example to me of how Africans themselves are working to solve some of the problems in their country. And none of us have all the answers, but if everyone's trying to do something, I think that we're going to see some positive results. And they were very receptive, and they really liked the teaching. And they're like, "We have to come back and teach our children and our men." We're like, yes. So hopefully, teaching will continue there. And this is a hospital where we went to visit. These are people living with HIV and AIDS. It's a support group. So this whole group here, they're HIV positive, and they meet together to get encouragement and then meet at the hospital to get their ARVs and get their checkups. And they were a very amazing group of people. Some of them are just, they're outward about their status, despite discrimination. They just say, yes, I'm HIV positive, and I know that's very difficult for them.